LoreWarrior Online. Jenner IIC. Overview. The Jenner IIC served with visible distinction in Operation Revival and the following century, but its origin remained somewhat enigmatic. Pre-production Jenners were newly deployed when the SLDF left the Inner Sphere to the suffering of the Succession Wars. The clans were only reintroduced to the battlemech through the Isola Jenners that the Dragoons returned with on their second supply run. Guided by visions of future doom, the Nova Cats claimed the Curitan mech as their own, and turned what was one of the Inner Sphere's best light strikers into one of the fastest mechs of its time. With the acquisition of IIC Alpha following the Nova Cats' fall, Clan Seafox took over production of the Jenner IICs, proliferating it throughout the Inner Sphere. Clan Wolf continues to be their largest customer, forcing mercenaries to pay a premium for this premier striker. Capabilities. The Jenner IIC takes the original Jenner concept to the extreme, being fast and well-armed, but ill-suited for prolonged engagements. While massing the same as its light progenitor, the IIC mounts a more powerful extra-light engine. It's ideal for fast striking, scouting, scout hunting, and even headhunting operations. While dependent on supply lines, Jenner IICs are often some of the first mechs off the dropship, effectively clearing out scouts and other threats early in a battle. Battle history. Ultimately, the Jenner IIC outlasted the clan that designed it, though it served the Nova Cats well until their demise. During the final battles for IIC in late 3142, Jenner IICs acted as sentries and early warning scouts, protecting civilian and military transports evacuating before the Dragon's Wrath fell upon them. Several stars of factory-fresh Jenner IICs and arbalests screened the spaceport near IIC Alpha production facilities. Veteran Star Commander Josephine Sumner of the Nova Cat Watch was familiar with the Jenner IIC-2, but piloted a powerful brand new Mark V model. When pressed into service on IIC, she attempted to delay and divert the Combine onslaught with her much smaller force. Her Jenner's sensors tracked individual Combine mechs, so she lured them into massed fire from her arbalests. Only then would she jump behind them for the killing blow. Sumner overpowered the heavy armor of Combine mechs time and again with this tactic, claiming 4 kills with her heavy lasers. Despite a valiant effort to defend the lower castes, ammo depletion and overwhelming odds finally caught up with the Nova Cats, and the Gungino Kanrei's forces steamrolled the spaceport. Only a handful of dropships managed to reach orbit. Sumner and her battered mech were one of them. Variants. While the standard SRM-laden 2C served in nearly every clan's Tauman, variants were typically exclusive to Clan Nova Cat. This changed after the Seafox acquisition of the production lines, as the agreement with the Combine has the Jenner IIC openly available for all purchasers. One old Nova Cat variant is an excellent sniper and scout, deploying a large laser and small LRM. Another common variant resembles a classic Jenner but operates very differently, using 4 small pulse lasers and a NARC missile beacon to support larger combined arms operations. The final variant debuted just prior to the Nova Cat Rebellion, but it now stands to make the largest profit. Mounting improved heavy-medium lasers in the arms, it represents a modern-day reincarnation of the original Jenner. Notable mechs and mech warriors. Star Commander Josephine Sumner. Star Commander Josephine Sumner was an innovative Nova Cat warrior born after the clan's relocation to their cultural preservation districts. Skepticism and innate suspicion made her a natural fit for the Watch. She was effective, perhaps because she was always planning for the worst. After escaping IIC, she and her understrength star made for Ark Royal. Her forethought paid off when she negotiated entrance into Clan Wolf in exile with a trove of Nova Cat Watch data and reports. She retained her warrior status and continues to fight in her Jenner IIC-5, preferring its speed for recon missions, a duty she rarely performed for the Nova Cats. Executive Protection Agent Otto Talvi. The enigmatic Otto Talvi is a freelance mech warrior from the Razelhag Dominion. It's unknown if he is a freeborn trained in a Razelhag military academy or a failed trueborn warrior. He takes on high-profile bodyguard contracts, which usually amount to escort limousines or convoys for high-profile corporate leaders, where he intimidates possible raiders. After recently losing his Panther protecting a Bergen Industries vice president, he turned to us to purchase a brand new Jenner IIC, a flexible and powerful platform for his various roles. Now, I've covered the Jenner IIC before, but with this more recent write-up in one of the ill-clan recognition guides, let's go through it, shall we? It's a 35-ton mass with a chassis, a Type D-SA modified endo steel. Power plant is a Series 5 Fusion 315 XL, cruise 97, max of 151 with 2 jump jets provided by Clan Type 2, jump capacity of 210 meters. Armor is Epsilon Compound 31 ferrofibrous. Armament is 2 pattern J7 SRM6 racks and a single pattern C4 Street 4 SRM launcher, manufactured on IRIS Alpha, primary factory on IRIS. Communication system is the NCO System 7, and targeting and tracking system is a Build 1 HLF TTS. This translates to, again, 20 heat sinks, well, not 20 heat sinks, 10 heat sinks that are doubles for a max of 20. It walks 9, runs 14, and jumps 7. It has 7 armor on the head, 13 on the CT, 7 on the rear, 6 on each side torso with 3 on the rear, 3 armor on the arms, and 8 on the legs. A skinny boy, to say the least. The Jenner IIC carries an SRM6 in the right arm, a SRM6 in the left arm, and a Street 4 in the CT with ammo spread amongst those torsos, and it has about 6 jump jets, which means it jumps very far, it runs very fast, and damn does it need that speed, because hell, if it gets hit, it is buggered. Now, as I said, I covered the Jenner IIC way back when it came out for MWO, but the ill-clan recognition guide had a better entry for it, certainly a more fuller entry, let's say, and I didn't really want to pass up. I was nearly said piss up. I don't know why what the fuck is wrong with my head today. For recording these this morning, for posterity, I'm recording these on the morning of the 8th of October 2022. But here we go. The new artwork was hard to pass up. There we go. And the Jenner IIC, like any of the 2Cs, deserve a better write-up, and I'm glad that this one was made. It's a light striker. It's very good. It's a mech that gets kind of maligned in games like MWO because it doesn't have all the bells and whistles and superpowers and stuff, and it doesn't have all these great mounts. You don't see Jenner IICs very often, but honestly, I liked the variants that they brought out with the game. I think they went with the Jenner IIC up to I can't remember if the heavy laser variant was one of the standard ones you could buy. It may have been added since, but yeah, I've had a go of running them all, and honestly, I quite like it. Is it skinny? Yes. Does that mean it gets penned very quickly? Yes. It's not a mech that is ever meant to be hit, to be honest. It's a mech that's meant to run around really fast, up to a target, hit the target, and then use the fact that it ran really far, really fast to not get hit in return. And generally can do that. When you have a mech that can run straight line 14 hexes, and you know, the chances of it being hit are pretty slim. Which is fantastic because that's just what you need. The jump capability is honestly is a little underwhelming. 7 hexes isn't that great, but it's still better than a lot of other mechs of its weight, of its tonnage. But then bear in mind the things like the Horned Owl at 35 ton can jump 6 and has just as good a firepower. So it's kind of, you know, difficult because on paper, the SRMs could do more damage, but the problem is that, you know, you're rolling your random to hit tables. You don't know where those missiles are going to strike. Yes, the Street 4, if it hits, is guaranteed to hit. You don't have to roll how many missiles all 4 of those missiles hit. You just roll the location. But the SRMs are the big deal because you don't know where the SRM6s are going to strike and how many of those missiles are going to strike. So there's a trade-off where you could have a really good roll and you hit with most, if not all, your missiles, do a really good amount of damage. Or you have a turn where only your Street 4 hits and does any real damage. Or you have a turn where, yes, you hit with all your missiles, but you roll 2 for each of the SRM6 launchers and you hit your SRM4. So it's a bit of a trade-off. It's also an entirely ammo-based mech, which is... It's not too desirable. On table, it means it's basically got 30 SRM rounds, so 15 per launcher. So 15 turns of fire with 25 turns in the Street 4. A pilot or a player who is really just desperate to stay on the field could theoretically keep a Jenner IIC running an entire fight, probably at 25 turns. But you're factoring in every turn that you stay on the field past using all your SRM ammo is a turn where you're likely going to be hit, and looking at the armor, there isn't a lot there to keep it alive on the field very long. It could very easily lose an arm, considering its armor value is only 3 on each arm, which means... Hell, a small laser could strip the armor, and a medium punches in straight away. And the CT isn't particularly well protected either at only 13 torso armor, which means a couple of rounds of medium laser fire and it's virtually got no armor left on the CT. And once you start going internal, that's when things get real nasty on any mech. So yeah, it's that trade-off of the incredible speed and the potential of a great punch with the drawback of anything that hits you, and any any mech that's a bit bigger than a Jenner IIC has a good chance of just outright penning and causing internal damage straight off the bat. And the internal structure isn't particularly great either. When you're looking at 8 on the legs, 6 on the arms, and 8 on the torsos, combined with only 11 on the internal structure on the CT. All combined, hit point wise, not great. But I think that's always been one of the Jenner's trade-offs, is that it's big firepower, for that trade-off of big punch, but with the potential of it being getting downed in a single turn of fire if you're really unlucky. So, doesn't mean I dislike the Jenner IIC. It's a good mech. I do like it. So, thanks for listening, everybody. I'll catch you next time, and have a good one. Bye-bye.